Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily here on Patreon. It is Wednesday, the 14th of June, 2017. It's Fixtures Day. The fixtures for the new Premier League season 2017-18 are out today. And we've been handed a very tricky start indeed. It's almost as if a Liverpool fan done the fixtures. We have been given a very tough start. We begin with Stoke City at home on August the 12th. Obviously, these are subject to Sky Television, BT and everything else. But we start with Stoke at home, which ain't that bad, really. But then we go to Manchester City, Chelsea. We've got Spurs at home and then away to Manchester United. A real tough opening 5 games. But you know what? I started by looking at it and going, are the Premier League a little bit concerned that we might get in and you know, mess up their beloved top 6, big 6? But now I'm just looking at it thinking, you know what? It's a chance for us to get a statement out there immediately. Yes, the difficult game. Stoke at home, get a nice win there, kick it all off. More than capable of getting a result at Man City. Chelsea will be tough, but you know what? Let's do it. Spurs at home, confidence against anyone at home. And then United away aren't any great shake. So let's do it. We'll have an influx of 37 new players anyway to sort that out. But it is a tricky start, a very, very tricky start. The first derby, December the 9th, I think. And the second one is on April the 9th or 8th, something like that. So tough. The other big thing was 2 away games over Christmas on Boxing Day. And the 30th of December as well, home on New Year's Day, of course. But that's it, the fixtures are out, and it's a bit bizarre. The season finished, 3 weeks ago, and already we're on to next season, aren't we, with those fixtures. But very, very tough start. All I will say is, Roberto Martinez's second season, we were given the top 8. We were in there, obviously, so we were given 7 of the top 8 in our opening 9 games, and we lost once in that pattern. Yeah, we've done nothing else throughout the season, but it just shows you. We looked at that and went, what a real difficult run of games, and we've done quite well in it, so who knows how we're going to start. Moving on, transfers. That's all anybody is talking about at the moment, isn't it? Jordan Pickford, let's start with him because he's the one that's closest to being completed. He is expected to be unveiled as an Everton player within the next 24 to 48 hours. Certainly by the time England kick off their first game in the under-21 European Championships on Friday, Jordan Pickford is expected to be an Everton player. I should imagine it'll be sometime tomorrow evening when the pictures and everything else will come out of Pickford named as Everton's goalkeeper. And it's a big signing, isn't it? It's a big statement of intent. He can be our keeper for many years to come. And we know about the fee. We know that it could rise to £30 million. But, you know, he is certainly... It's good to get someone in, putting all your faith in him. He's in as the number 1 and you build from there, don't you? So that's a really big statement, I feel, from Everton. Davy Klaassen, that one is ticking along. We'll have to see what happens with that. But you know, a lot of stuff coming out of Holland is that the deal is pretty much done. Klaassen will become an Everton player. That's what it looks like. Again, that could be 30 million euros. So what, 23, 24 million pounds. Again, people will say a lot of money for a player that's not played in the Premier League, but he's only 24. He's a hard-working midfield player. Scored 20 goals last season. The captain of Ajax. So again, another big statement by Ronald Koeman. And that would be a fantastic piece of business as well. And for all those people who were moaning that we were not doing anything, that'd be, what, 50-odd million spent in a week. Other targets continue to be there. You know, we've still not heard anything back from Sandro Ramirez. He has gone away to mull over his future. Offers from Everton, Atletico Madrid, another English club, French club. So he's got a few on the table. Let's hope that we've done enough at the weekend to convince him that his future, for now, certainly will be at Goodison Park because he looks a real prospect, doesn't he? Michael Keane, that one, Everton remain, a strong interest in him. Other players have come, Gylfi Sigurdsson, again, an interest retained there. Olivier Giroud has been mentioned today. But other players have been mentioned today because Steve Walsh, our director of football, has been spotted not in the Titanic Hotel, but in Milan today. He flew over to Italy for a meeting with allegedly half a dozen clubs. I'm not sure it was quite that many, but he certainly met with Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus, Napoli. So it's interesting. Nothing firm back from that. I've not heard anything really that firms anything up other than he was speaking about players, and so clearly at this moment in time they are just tentative inquiries. Back has been mentioned, Lamina at Juventus has been mentioned, Niang has been mentioned, but he's not really one that excites me. You know, he's got the attributes, he's physically a tall lad, he's got a lot of pace, but he went to Watford and didn't really pull up any trees there. So, you know, there's a, you know, Lapadula, is it? The kid at Milan, he's another one who's been mentioned. So there's players in there, Morello, Jason Morello. If he comes, I don't want Martinez turning back up and doing all that. So, yeah, you know, there's people like Ever Banega who've been mentioned, Brozovic has been mentioned. There's a lot of good players over there. Perisic, you wouldn't have him. There's a lot of good players. I've even seen Mauro Icardi mentioned. Lived the dream to get him. But it looks as though he signed a new contract not long ago, so it doesn't look like it will be him. But it's good that Walsh is out there doing this business. You know, he's getting it done. If he, you know, Pickford through the door, Klassen through the door, you know, we know Cooper Martinez will be through the door as well. There's, you know, if the Klassen thing comes off, there's 3. Sandro Ramirez, that could be 4. You know, already. We know that the interest is there. For me, we need forward players, but it's really hotting up, and it's really, really it's just such an exciting time to be an Evertonian, because we haven't had this. We haven't had the ability to operate freely in the transfer market. You know, certainly in the Premier League area, we just haven't. So therefore, to be able to go after some targets with the opportunity of getting them, thank you, Farhad Moshiri. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you very much. So an exciting summer ahead. We'll be here every weekday for you subscribers on Patreon. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be talking about our first summer signing in Jordan Pickford. Hopefully that will have been confirmed, and we'll get a little bit more news about other targets and anything else. So thanks for subbing, and I'll see you tomorrow on Toffee TV.